Welcome back, guys. I'm just waiting for the next announcing crew for the live stream to come over. I unfortunately will not be on the live stream, as I am repping this next bout. So the microphone's already on in this thing. So shift 1 is this corner. Shift 2 is the far corner. And shift 3 is that. Okay. So right now they're working on putting in the rosters for the overlay. So you don't have to do anything else but that. The overlays from the scoreboard. So, all right. And everybody in the chat's been pretty good about saying which cameras like shift 1, 2.
So the camera's on all the time now.
The camera's on all the time.
Okay.
Mic is on, yeah.
Okay.
If you mute the mic, you have to get really close to it, make noise, so it'll pick your voice up, and then it'll start picking your voice.
How do you mute it?
Just push through. So then, it came right back now, but we're having problems after like halftime, so. Let's see if it is.
Good.
Okay, welcome back. We're getting ready to start our third game of the day here at the Dawn of the Derby. This next game will be the Pittsburgh Roller Derby Undead taking on Austin Anarchy Roller Derby. This is the first game of the day for Austin, second game of the day for Pittsburgh. So the first game of the day at 9 o'clock this morning, Pittsburgh played St. Louis, and they took a loss of about 54 points to about 250. Here. Skating for the Undead, we got number 0, Soul Reaper, number 10, All Kill, 100, Dragon Body, 17, Tot, 172, Jackson, 222, Damn It, Jam It, number 30, Ohm Wrecker, 31, Pop Tart, 333, Smashberry, 47, Hanso, number 5, Nemesis, 510, Bad Romance, 66, Hebrew, number 9, Bulldozer, Pit Bulldozer, 96, Shaggy, the alternates for the game, number 379, Thunderbottom, and 28, Lizzie Von Lethal. For Austin, that is the team with the white uniforms. Number 11, Numchuck. Number 12, Slug. 123, Pandemonium Doll. 132, Ezra Pound. 1337, Joliet Jane. 22, Hobo Chico. 23, Fury. 297, Manicky. Number 3, Wombo Combo. 32, Ice Pull. 35, Sharknado. 423, Sonic Boom. 440, Waya. 5, Shokira. 5011, Moxie Balboa. 51, Naked Alien. And 989, Dimples. Our first jam has started.
Sharknado for the Anarchy with the scar.
A track cut assessed to Sharknado is going to give a power jam over to the Undead. Jamming for Pittsburgh, number 31, Pop Tart, still in the midst of this power jam. Oops. Looks like we might have some difficulties here. Something fell. We'll get the stream back to here as soon as we can. Oh, there we go. We're in good shape.
See Coach Double M there with the Austin Anarchy standing right in front of us.
Pop Tart still on the scoring pass for the Undead.
Sharknado back off with that penalty box. Back out there. Actually made the initial pass, so can score on this pass.
Sharknado forced out of bounds by Soul Reaper and dragged to the back of the pack. Pop-Tart coming out, completing a 4-point scoring pass.
And we have a star pass to number 51. Nathan Elliott now has the star as the jammer on record for Austin. Did not get points though on that pass though because it wasn't seated on the head by the time they'd gotten around.
Well, it looks like we have no points scored at the end of that jam by the Anarchy. Waiting on the finals from the jam referees for the Undead. 9 points scored by Pop-Tart to 0 for the Anarchy.
Looks like we got all kill with a star for the Undead.
All kill is up the front and gets past Slug. Undead lead in this jam. Number 3, that's Wombo Combo jamming for Austin. All kill now in the midst of a scoring pass, forced to recycle at the back.
And Wombo just broke free, made the initial pass. Now both jammers can score. All kill just made a outside the lane pass past the back, picking up 4 points for the Undead and calling the jam off. Okay.
I'm not sure if the feed is still up, but we're going to begin our third jam. Undead with 13, Anarchy with 3. That looks like number 30, Ohm Wrecker, jamming for the Undead.
Sharknado again, I believe.
There's a no pocket collision there. That's number 32, Ice Toll. Star Pass up to number 9, Pitbull Dozer for the Undead. We'll have a 2-minute. No. Nope. My bad. We had a lead going to Austin. That jam was called off.
Okay, now Sharknado's going to start for this next jam. For Austin Anarchy.
And I think I heard that this is Shaggy jamming for Pittsburgh.
And we had a hard time in the first game figuring out the difference between Shaggy and Ohm Wrecker because they look the same.
They do. They look very identical, and I make that mistake myself. Austin lead. Number 35, Sharknado in control. Our phone keeps dropping out of our feed here, so we our leader with us. Sharknado on a scoring fast. Now, Sharknado makes an apex jump, and there's 4 points.
Tightening that lead up, or making it squeaky close. Undead 13, Anarchy 11.
Yeah, we've been seeing so far some pretty close games. Last night's game was just a matter of 3 points, and that was neck to neck, kind of on both sides till the very end. When the Undead played St. Louis earlier today, that was kind of a blowout. The last game was pretty close too. So we're having a lot of nail biters here. Now Shaggy, not lead, but is now getting a scoring pass. Sharknado makes the call off. Jammer referee showing 1 point for Shaggy and Pittsburgh.
13 going to Sharknado there. Austin Anarchy did take the lead.
Official review.
We'd like to thank all of our
We're in the midst of an official review, and my assistant here will be going out to get the details of the review. And speaking of our officials, we'll give them a bit of a shout out too here. We've got Sadie Executioner, Paul, Bionic B, Fetty, Cheshire Stats, Joshua Lucas, Stiletto, the Mad Hacker, Cupcake, Galvatron, and Killseed Grammar. Those are our NSOs for the game. Our skating referees, Baconator, MC Ninja, Filet Official, Thriller, Jam Burglar, Flux, and Lone Bone.
So it's an equipment malfunction. Austin Anarchy is challenging equipment malfunction on the jammer in the last jam. I'm not sure. It didn't say specifically what. Maybe it was an elbow pad or something came loose. But
Okay.
it may just be used for timeout as well. I think they're just getting explanation. They probably was going to leave some timeout with it.
I wonder if they're trying to get one of the undead skaters sent off for a penalty.
That's what we'll find out, right?
Number 31, Pop-Tart on the jammer line for Pittsburgh.
No, all the players are out there, so
Guessing that review would be lost. Oh,
run next time. Sorry,
That-
that my back.
Pit Bulldozer with a hit on the Austin Jammer right off the bat. Pop-Tart is our lead jammer for Pittsburgh. Number 3, Wombo Combo is jamming for Austin, but Wombo kind of meeting up with a defensive wall led up by number 17, Tot. Smashberry and Bad Bromance are also in that defensive wall. Tot doing that with walking up front. Now Wombo's up against Smashberry. Wombo completes that initial pass. Tot scores 4 points, and that jam is called off. So we're still looking at a difference here of, well, no, we're at a tie now, 19-19.
Take Anarchy, Jamie.
Yep, that's Omrecker. And Omrecker just about gets through, but it's kind of stopped by Slug. 130, or sorry, just 32. Ice Cold jamming for Austin. Austin has the lead. Ice Cold beginning a scoring pass. Number 5, Nemesis doing some blocking on there while Ice Cold makes the call off.
Like 3 points, maybe why not? Yep, 3 points in Austin Anarchy. Break the tie, 22-19.
Honcho's on the jam line for Pittsburgh. And I think I'm hearing our house announcer say it's Sharknado. Honcho skipping through on the inside, picking up lead for Pittsburgh. And that's correct. We have number 35, Sharknado, jamming for Austin. 4 points scored by Honcho. And I'm seeing a track cut being assessed. I believe that might be the pivot. No. I saw a track cut hand signal, but I didn't see the skater it was assigned to. It doesn't look like it was a jammer. No,
Nope,
because
not a jam.
Pop-Tart's back on the jam line for Pittsburgh. And for Austin, number 32, Ice Cold jamming. Ice Cold is our lead jammer once again. Pop-Tart defeated in that initial pass. It's out of bounds on the outside and is forced to recycle. Ice Cold just about skipped through on the inside line, but was sent out of bounds about 2/3 of the way through. Pop-Tart with a star pass over to number 9, Pitbull Dozer, but that jam was called off. No points scored by Pittsburgh in that jam. It's a 6-point game so far. Anarchy in the lead, 29-23. Shark.
Sorry.
Number 10, All Kill, jamming for the Undead.
All kills flying.
Both of our, there's a bit of a tumble there right around the pivot line. All Kill picking up some speed. Oh, let's see if there's going to be a... Okay, so a late hit assessed on the jammer. Late kill, or All Kill. Kind of a heavy hit there. I don't think the contact was illegal, but it was after the whistles, so that's going to put All Kill in the box. And we'll hand a power start over to the hands of Austin.
Naked Aliens got the star for Austin.
And Austin has lead. Still a power start. Still a power jam.
Trying to get the pack moved a little bit.
Okay, Naked Alien will be getting the first scoring pass of the jam. Naked is in the pack. Gets past Honcho. 4-point signal by our jam referee.
Love the jammer calling the play as he's coming up on the pack.
That was
This is what I want you to do.
so that was a quick hit and quit jam, 4-0. Number 31, Pop Tart, jamming for Undead. Number 3, Wombo Combo again for Austin.
They pop for Mundo Combo first.
Our jam has started. We've got kind of a solid stalled pack there. Not a whole lot of movement right off the jam starting whistle. Lead is still open. Wombo Combo is ahead. Wombo Combo gets past Smashberry and has lead.
And feed into
Find out into this one.
So we've got a note here that the feed is showing Magic City versus Toronto. But someone just chimed in Uncle Wumba, so maybe there might not be anything wrong on our end.
Someone said the feed's showing another game that we're not watching.
Yeah, no, this is the Undead versus Anarchy.
Yeah. Says it on the bottom of the screen, right?
As long as the problem's not on our side, because that would be catastrophic.
No, so his title says Toronto. Are they like watching an old game or something?
I don't know if that's possible. Number 5, Nemesis, jamming for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a lead over number 32, Ice Cold. Both of our jammers are now out of the pack, have completed their initial. Nemesis coming up on a scoring pass. Nemesis getting past number 05. Shakira making quick work of that jam. That's 4 on the board for Pittsburgh. Getting confirmation from my friend Y Smash that they are actually seeing the Undead game. So
Somebody did say that they're seeing the game. So
27-44 on this start in favor of the Anarchy. 35 Sharknadoes out there to jam for Austin. And number 96 Shaggy jamming for Pittsburgh. Lead is still open. Pretty solid blocking up right off the pivot line at turn 1.
once again, we're thinking back by Honcho again. Bison is a table.
Okay, so we're getting that corrected. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Sharknado, still our lead jammer, still in control. Takes on a 2-wall of blockers. That's Jackson and Honcho. Honcho with the rollback on that. Hopefully we got the title issues here taken care of. There's 4 points scored by Sharknado, bringing Anarchy up 4 more.
Yeah, get
Okay.
stars. If jam gets called off, that's an 8-point. Looks like 9-point jam by the Anarchy.
It looks like our titles have been taken care of, so we are in good shape now.
It was always us the whole time. It's
Right.
the title was different.
Oh, so the
Undead putting Pop-Tart out to jam again.
Oh, coach is out there again. Well,
Oh, so this is a team timeout.
Circle up, everybody.
all of the random things that get to the thing, don't ever train. That.
Our next game at 3 o'clock will be Magic City versus Race City. And then our final game of the day at 5 p.m. would be Austin versus Gatekeepers. So stick around for those. We will continue to bring the live feed for those games. We've got also I have 4 games going on tomorrow at 9 a.m. and the last game at 3 p.m. So join us right here tomorrow and the rest of today as well.
Need some track maintenance done. Well, we got a few minutes here.
Looks like we've got number 3 Wombo Combo and number 31 Pop Tart. I heard a rolling whistle, so we should have our next jam here in just a few seconds.
Thirteen and a half minutes left in this first.
Pop Tart picking up lead for Pittsburgh.
Wombo Combo being called for a penalty. Got power jam.
I think
He's dead.
that's a track cut on Wombo. So here's a power jam for Pop Tart.
Oh, thanks.
Pop Tart is a very strong jammer for Pittsburgh. One of their highest scoring jammers, in my opinion. Probably not the person you want to be on the track for a power jam. Pop Tart now beginning their second scoring pass. There's another 4 points.
Time for a big jam by the Undead. Back in.
Yeah, Wombo Combo finishing up time in the box now. Both jammers are back on the track. Another 4 for Pop Tart. It's a 12-point jam so far. Undead losing a blocker to multiplayer block on penalty.
Back-to-back multiplayer blocks take two blockers out of the lineup the rest of this jam.
If you were watching yesterday, we actually saw a multiplayer block on a jammer, and I'm not sure I've ever seen that before.
Really? Wow. Oh, sometimes
Rare.
Sometimes the jammer plays block.
Yep,
We were
yep.
seeing that last game, so I can see how.
Okay. Wombo pulling off an apex jump just at the end of that jam, so our jam referees are signaling 4 and 4. Our jam has started. We're trying to get you who's jamming. Number 32, Ice Cole, jamming for Austin. And number 0, Soul Reaper for Pittsburgh. Ice Cole is lead. Now here comes Soul Reaper with that infamous skating, forcing the call off with a 0-0 jam.
Soul Reaper had an interesting skating style.
That's a trademark for
Every
Soul
year was
Reaper.
like a meeting, and it's like that's how he learned. He said.
That's, like I said, that is a trademark. .35 Sharknado out there to jam for Austin. Trying to get the jammer. That looks like that's going to be Pop-Tart again. No. That's Shaggy. Shaggy jamming for Pittsburgh. Lead is still open. Dragon Body working up front with Jackson blocking Sharknado. Shaggy stuck at the back of the pack. Undead forming their defense at the front of the pack with a 4-wall.
Tornadoes beating Dragon Body over and over and over.
Dragon Body, kind of the last blocker up front, ends up forcing Sharknado out of bounds and forcing Sharknado to reform at the back. Lead is still open for Austin. I was seeing the not lead hand signal for Shaggy, but Shaggy did just score 4 points. And a star pass in progress by Sharknado. So we're going to have a 2-minute jam now.
Tegmansky's got it after.
Manecki?
Sorry.
We are butchering that poor name, and I apologize to everybody.
Yeah,
At halftime, I'll go out and get the proper pronunciation for that. Shaggy with an apex jump. Neither of these jammers can call the jam off, but we're down to about 12 seconds. Now we have a lead change now. Undead to 62, a 5-point lead over Anarchy.
2 big jams in the last couple of jams. Both of them back now into the lead. I mean,
Pittsburgh sending Pop-Tart, number 31, out to jam again. Timeout called by our officials. This might be a naked alien on the jam line again. Okay, there's our rolling whistle. Our next jam will start in just a couple seconds. Oh, Pop-Tart shut down. That's number 51, Naked Alien, lead jammer for Austin. And Naked Alien with the first 4 points of the jam. Pop-Tart still stuck on an initial pass. Naked Alien on a second round of points. There's another 4, so 8-point jam for Anarchy. Probably going to cause another lead change. Another 4.
go. Yep,
Another 4. Pop-Tart completed a star pass over to Pittsburgh's number 9, Pitbull Dozer, but Pittsburgh has not yet completed their initial pass. There is another 4. It's a 16-point jam for Austin. Naked Alien now is up front. Pop-Tarts skating now as a blocker. Jam is over. We might have a 20-point jam for Austin. Let me see what the jammer referee. Okay, maybe a 19-point jam. And there's a lead change that we expected. Anarchy now with a 10-point lead over Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh calling for a team timeout.
A 10-point lead with 5:49 left in this first half.
Looks like Alien has a little bit of a fan base following here in our chat. I believe the previous jam was actually a 19-point jam in favor of Austin. I think there were 3 4-point scoring passes. I can't math.
Almost thought there was
Yeah.
another one, but it's 3. So.
Yeah, at the very end of that jam, it's a 3-point scoring pass.
You can pick Naked Alien out too because he's got like a light blue number on.
Yeah, maybe an older jersey or something like that.
It's twice now he's come back when they were down and put him ahead.
So we're doing some track maintenance here, but our jam will start in just a few seconds.
Okay, so it says aliens repping rockin'. Rocking in the end.
Ice Cole jamming for Austin. Soul Reaper sending Ice Cole out of bounds at the back of the pack.
Bill.
Lead is still open. Yep, we've got All Kill jamming for Pittsburgh. So All Kill and Soul Reaper are actually brothers. Can you imagine having your brother jam while your brother is also while you have your brother blocking for you? That's got to be a good feeling. All right, so a star stash by Ice Cole as Ice Cole completes the initial pass. All Kill scoring a quick 4 points, calling the jam.
First has been a series of momentum swings by both teams.
This has kind of been the theme all weekend so far, with the exception of the Undead's first game up against the Gatekeepers. It's been kind of neck to neck, and this is the stuff that our viewers and our fan base here in the building, they want to see because it keeps people pumped up versus a blowout game. 47 Honcho jamming for Pittsburgh, and we have a Pittsburgh lead. Naked Alien again wearing the star for Austin. So we're being told that Rockin' City is actually a sister league. Scoring pass complete by Honcho. Naked Alien beginning a first scoring pass, but Honcho makes the call off. Starting this jam just under 4 minutes to go. And a 1-point lead change in favor of the Undead. Pop-Tart out there jamming for Pittsburgh. Okay, Sharknado finds a hole on the inside there and picks up a very quick lead. Sharknado beginning a first scoring pass. Calls it halfway through the pack, so that might only be a 2 or 3 point jam.
3 points is enough to put them in the lead.
Yeah, we're gonna go into this halftime at a very close differential. Signal point lead change now back in the hands of Anarchy. I think you've got number 30 Ohm Record jamming for Pittsburgh.
Heavy dose of Naked Alien now.
Yeah. Kind of a stagnant pack off that jam starting whistle. Everyone's blocking at their fullest strength. Nemesis and Slow Reaper working up front. Ohm Record's our lead jammer. No. Naked Alien's our lead jammer. Ohm Record's out of the pack, but is not lead. So Ohm Record in a scoring pass. And Ohm Record is up front. Gets past Joliet Jane. Scoring 4 points, bringing Undead back into the lead. Another 4 up for the Undead. Naked Alien tries to get out of the pack, but is taken out on the inside by Soul Reaper.
Man, figured out Naked Alien now by putting big bodies on him every time he comes through to slow him down.
Got about a minute to go. Looks like it's Ice Cole versus Shaggy on this next jam, which is probably going to be the final jam of the first half.
Second time. We're going to play forward.
Honcho knocking number 12 Slug the pivot.
That's not good. Yeah.
Jam called off on a matter of safety. Slug took a hit there, and we're just making sure that everybody is okay before we get our next jam underway.
Looked like he just got the wind knocked out when he got hit with the solar plexus.
Right. Yeah, right off the whistle, Honcho went in for basically just a sweeping hit.
Yeah, I think that may be the case.
Okay. Yep, Slug is back up on skates. Everyone's okay. For what it's worth, we're going to do the 3 jam rule, but going into halftime here pretty soon. Sharknado going back out there to jam for Austin. And number 96, Shaggy, will be jamming for Pittsburgh.
Less than 30 seconds in the half. Watch for Honcho possibly to get the star pass if there's no progress made there.
Yeah, we're working it. Both teams working a very tight pack right now. Shaggy's heading out of bounds on the outside. Oh no. Okay. Okay, no jammer penalties. I think Pittsburgh, they're losing Jackson, so I think that was a back block. There's 2 whistles. So Sharknado's our lead jammer. Austin down 7 points in this jam. How's the lead?
That was someone flipped completely over.
We're taking another brief break here just to get everybody situated and give the people involved some discretion. There were no points scored in that brief jam, and I don't think there's going to be enough time to run another jam, but we'll see what our officials want to do.
I will say that they traveled a long way to come here, so it's like they're leaving everything they've got on the track.
I was impressed that we've got some of these teams from as far away as they were, especially Austin.
Yeah.
So we are in halftime. I think that's probably the best thing that we can do right now.
That wombo combo has one down. That yeah. Sitting up now, so it was like a flip. It was like
It
a clothesline.
I would need a few minutes to recover from that myself if I had to. Wombo is back up. A big shout out to anybody in Derby who is also an EMT. So we are in our halftime now. We'll go back to the track feed. So no points really have changed in the past couple minutes here. Undead is up 89 to Anarchy's 82, and obviously still on the table for either of these two teams. And we'll see you in about 15 minutes. Let's see if we're working now. Okay. We're not sure what happened there, and we apologize for the issues. It looks like we might now have audio for our viewers.
He was telling me that
Hey, we got it. Thank you to our viewers for letting us know. And again, our apologies. Maybe something came loose over on our side.
he was telling me that we don't have to talk into it because it's reach around and
That's kind of what I was thinking. Okay. 51, Naked Alien, jamming for the Anarchy. The Anarchy now has a lead change once again. So we're kind of seeing it slowly creep up on both sides, one team at a time. Naked Alien coming out. There's 4 points. That's bringing the Anarchy now up over the 100-point mark. Number 30, Ohm Wrecker jamming for Pittsburgh. Ohm Wrecker has completed the initial pass.
Once again, quick shot of the
Naked Alien just got stopped on that next pass, so called the jam off. Must go down and Bollins. Well, it looks like, I think, and then so picking up 8 points on that jam for the Anarchy. Up by 13 now.
A thank you to the Jiggle the Handle comment there. We did eventually get it.
Jiggle the handle.
Yeah, nice.
It's been running all night.
Oh, Shaggy is up front. We have a Pittsburgh lead. Sharknado is out. Both of our jammers are out of the pack, so we are now on a foot race by both of our jammers. Shaggy going into the pack.
Patch is moving.
Yeah. We are still jammer on jammer now.
combo heading top. Wombo combo.
So still our jammers pretty even. A clockwise block is given to Nemesis on that block on the Austin jammer. Nemesis will go to the penalty box. That was Sharknado who received that block.
3 people in the penalty box.
Yeah, it's going to get, if the score keeps doing what it's been doing the whole game, it's going to get a little bit more intense, I suspect. 4 points by Shaggy. That's going to bring Undead now up over 100 points. Sharknado with a star pass over to pivot number 3, Wombo Combo. Shaggy making the call off now.
$15 points put up by the Undead that last jam, 8 by Anarchy. Still 113-104, 9-point lead for Austin Anarchy. 23-17 left in the second half in the game.
Number 31, Pop-Tart jamming for Pittsburgh. This might be number 32, Ice Cold jamming for Austin. I believe it is. 2 strong jammers by both of our teams. Right now, Pop-Tart has a lead for Pittsburgh.
Penalty box.
Okay, so this will be a power jam for Pop-Tart. Not really what the Anarchy needs right now because we've seen some pretty high-scoring jams by Pop-Tart. Pop-Tart with the first 4 points of the jam. Austin losing a blocker to a high blocking penalty. So that's going to be one less blocker for Pop-Tart to contend with. Pop-Tart is in that. Steps over the apex, and there is another 4 points. One point difference now with Pop-Tart beginning another scoring pass. Austin with a tripod wall against Pop-Tart, but Pop-Tart is sneaking way up to the front of the pack. Gets past Meniki.
Lead change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pop-Tart now beginning another round of points and is out, gets past number 440, Waya, signals the call off. Jim referee throwing up another 4 for Pop-Tart. So this will be another power start in favor of the Undead. They're putting number 47, Honcho, out to jam. Undead now with a 7-point lead and a power start. This could be where the game starts to get interesting. The jammer for the Austin is standing, so just a couple seconds left until they are released. Okay, Austin's jammer's back on the track. It is open to either of these two jammers. Honcho coming out with lead.
See if he gets a crowd going, coming around in front.
Honcho on the first scoring pass of the jam. With a quick hit and quit 4-point jam. So now an 11-point lead in favor of Pittsburgh. A lot of love for Pop-Tart. I know Pop-Tart comes from, I believe, Nashville to Pittsburgh. Somewhere in Tennessee. That's about all I know from Pop-Tart's history. 51, Naked Alien jamming for Austin. Naked Alien is our lead jammer.
Surprise was waiting through that pack.
Yeah.
Hit 3.
Number 0, Soul Reaper, jamming for the Undead. Soul Reaper meeting an entire 4-wall of defensive blockers from Austin. Pittsburgh losing Smashberry to the penalty box. Now, both of our jammers are in points scoring positions. Okay, total damage there with, I believe, a 4-0 jam in favor of the Anarchy.
8-point jam by Anarchy.
Okay, so that was 8-point jam.
Yeah. Three-point unsafe lead for the Undead.
There's probably going to be one jammer penalty that is going to just stabilize somebody's lead in the game.
Combo is getting bobbed.
Yeah.
Dragon Bodies.
Yeah, Jackson and Dragon Body are up front. It's a very tight 2-wall. We're jammer on jammer, but Pittsburgh has the lead. Nemesis jamming for the Undead. Nemesis making the call off, but not before number 3, Wombo Combo, can score 4 points. Pop-Tart, competitive sports forever. Softball and even bikini football. So that's going to bring those 4 points that were scored by Wombo in that previous jam, bringing them up just 1 point shy of a tie. Undead at 126, Anarchy 125. Pop-Tart's back out there again, but Pop-Tart takes a spill on the track. Just a couple seconds and enough time for number 35, Sharknado, to pick up an Austin lead. Brothers Soul Reaper and All Kill did some last-minute blocking at the front of the pack, but Sharknado got past them.
I almost was a decoy to go number 9 there at one point.
Yep. Lead is back in the hands of Anarchy. Sharknado with another 4 points.
Now it has the owner of the star for the Undead.
I sometimes forget that on broadcast we can say these things. If we were in a house, we couldn't give that away. So Pitbull Dozer now jamming for Pittsburgh. And that jam was called off.
the best thing about broadcast is you can give away position, you can
Yep.
all the fun stuff.
Naked Aliens out there again, taking on number 30, Ohm Ricker.
I was almost feeling they were using him too much in the end of the first half because he did have that one bad jam at the end though, where he thought he was tired.
Yeah, it was getting very intense there. They got a bit of a halftime to calm down here, so this half isn't any real less intense.
No,
That was a very close lead, but it's ended up goes to Naked Alien. Ends up going to Naked Alien, we should say. Ohm Wrecker is still stuck in the pack. And that initial pass is completed.
direction of play call.
Yep. That's number 989 Dimples with that clockwise blocking penalty. 4 points by Austin and 1 point scored by Ohm Wrecker.
Thank
For a timeout by Undead.
Looks like bench coach Zora is going to call this team timeout.
13-point lead for Anarchy. 15:24 left in the second.
So, like we said, our next game is right here at 3 p.m. That's Magic City versus Ray City. And our final game of the day will be at 5. That's Austin versus the Gatekeepers. And if you saw the Gatekeepers game earlier today, that was a pretty wild lead for taking on Austin. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. That the two teams for that are not determined yet, but we have games at 9, 11, 1, and 3 p.m. is our final. My schedule has tomorrow's 1 o'clock game as the Zombies versus the Roller Vixens. I think the Zombies is the Pittsburgh's B team.
Yep.
I'm not sure where the Roller Vixens come from.
They're a conglomerate of
okay.
single player.
Of course.
One may be actually the coach of the Austin Anarchy right now. And
Okay.
my broadcast partner last game I did.
Okay. Shaggy, number 96, jamming for Pittsburgh, has the Pittsburgh lead. Number 32, Ice Cole, wearing the star for Austin. Shaggy with an apex jump.
Not even contending.
It's a quick 4 points for Austin, for Pittsburgh. Well, the gym referee signals 4 points scored by Shaggy on that scoring pass. Ice Cole meeting some resistance. Another 4 by Shaggy.
There's a power jam now.
Okay, yeah, this is not what the Anarchy needs, as it is now a 1 point game. And there it is. Shaggy is in the pack. Collides with number 989 Dimples. Gets back up. Now number 12 Slug goes for a hit. Shaggy stays on skates, scores 4 points, and there's the lead change.
Fought him for half the track for that.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Bench coach Zora signaling the call off to Shaggy. Shaggy calls a jam. 3 point game. And I believe that's going to buy a power start for Pittsburgh.
You are correct.
And that's going to be number 31, Pop-Tart, taking advantage of this power start. Probably a good choice by Pittsburgh. Lead is still open. Pop-Tart getting lead, coming around the apex. Ice Cole coming back in from that earlier penalty in the previous jam. Now both of our jammers are back on the track and are able to score points. Pop-Tart going for the call-off. No points were scored by Ice Cole. Pop-Tart picking up 2.
Oh, looks like Undead put 2 up on there. So
Yeah.
very unsafe 5-point lead over the Anarchy.
Still very thin ice for both of our teams. Good awareness by Pop-Tart, though, making the call-off in the midst of a scoring pass before Anarchy could score any points. All right, 35 Sharknadoes out there again. And I believe this is number 10, All Kill. No, All Kill is the pivot. Soul Reaper is a jammer for Pittsburgh, but just a hair too slow. Sharknado's our lead jammer.
Quick 4-point pickup and a jam called off. Looks like Full Reaper picked up 1. Got 1 right as the last whistle was blowing.
Officials calling for a timeout on a matter of safety to give Soul Reaper a chance to kind of recoup from a fall. Yeah.
Yeah, he was striving for that last point that he got.
I think Soul Reaper just needs a chance to catch some breath there.
Yeah, it was. No, they're taking the skate off. Yeah. This is a very Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of game because it's like again, both teams peaking their best when the other team is like having a difficult time, and so it's like that's why we're seeing it swing.
It's like a ping pong game.
Yeah.
Going back and forth. So probably I'd say about equal skill level for both these teams. There's some pretty good matchups this weekend.
The next game we have, Race City is taking on Magic City, and Race City has those 3 giant blockers that were filling the track last night.
Ray City played a pretty good game last night against Toronto. That was kind of in the same as we have here today. It was both sides were just up and up and up. And in the very last couple seconds of the game, it was still just a matter of 3 points.
There was a was weight on his ankle. Good, excellent.
So Soul Reaper is minus a skate, but back up. Everybody appears to be in pretty good shape. So we're going to take you back to the track.
But it's spring shit.
It's, I think our camera is still in good shape. Soul Reaper is going to be sitting out for the required 3 jams. That's just coming out the jam now for Pittsburgh.
And make it alien. With star 4. Awesome.
Yeah, Soul's making me kind of nervous with that with the camera up right behind the chair.
Well, they are working on Soul Reaper. I wonder if they're just like taping him up and put his skate back on. Oh,
Yeah. Our camera's moving because Soul is seated right up against the ladder that we have our camera on.
It's not an earthquake or anything.
Yeah, no, we're good. We still have a good picture.
That tripod's magnetic.
Nice.
Oh, so it's not going to move it now.
But we are now in the midst of an official timeout. 2-point game in favor of Pittsburgh at this point, but as we know, that's been changing kind of on a jam by jam basis.
Bench coach for Austin Anarchy was out there cleaning up the spot on the floor. So everybody's getting into it, you know. I did
Well,
the bloods could spill.
We don't want any sweat on this painted concrete floor that is not going to be good. So our jam has started. Nemesis is our lead jammer. Naked Alien just kind of got taken down in the midst of that scoring pass, middle of the pack. Nemesis beginning a scoring pass, makes an apex jump, but is recycled by Slug all the way at the back. Jammer recycling going on both sides. Nemesis eventually going for the call-off in the midst of the scoring pass. That's 3 points on the board for Pittsburgh. And I don't believe Alien has even completed an initial pass.
I don't want
We've got Pop-Tart versus Sharknado on the jam line.
Started moving a little bit right before the whistle blew. He went to the outside. Sharknado took over the left empty inside and got past everything. Oh, now it's a power jam.
Yep. Pop-Tart called off on a track cut. Looks like Pop-Tart might have cut the pivot number 989, Dimples.
Oh.
This certainly isn't helping Pittsburgh to have a jammer in the box and a score this close. Sharknado coming through, squeezing out a quick 4 points and calling off the jam. And that will buy a power start for Austin.
Yeah, that was an 8-point jam.
8-point jam.
Boards, they didn't put it up on the board, so now it's a lead jam. Worrying about me out there. Probably a wise decision. He's doing a great job of stifling some of their most agile jammers.
Number 3, Wombo combo out the jam now. Solo on this power start. Pop-Tart still seated in the box from that track cut. Undead throwing their entire defense at Wombo. Dragon Body sending Wombo out of bounds. Wombo coming up with a lead for Austin Anarchy. Pop-Tart returning to play from the penalty box. Wombo with a hit and quit.
Wombo combo with that prehistoric growl at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna get pretty passionate here as we get into the final quarter of the game. Well, we are in the final quarter of the game. The final moments of the game.
Now it's a 7-point lead for Anarchy with 8.5 left.
Yeah, number 30 Omrecker out to jam for the Undead, and I think that's number 32 Ice Cole jamming. Yeah, that's Ice Cole jamming for Anarchy. Omrecker is up front. Gets past number 440 Waya, and we have a Pittsburgh lead.
Look at Ice Cold was being directed out of bounds and somehow stayed in. Get past in the back.
Omrecker meeting some defense. Got decides to make the call. No points scored by Austin. 3 points by Omrecker.
Big hit by Dan and Janet there. Wow.
153 to 156. Still keeping this game close in a matter of about half a dozen points on both sides. Naked Alien out there again. No? Yeah, Naked Alien jamming.
Yep.
And 96 Shaggy jamming for Pittsburgh. We have a stalled pack.
Everything.
Stalled pack right on the jammer line. Naked Alien squeezing through, rides the inside line, stays in bounds, so scoring pass is complete. Naked Alien is our lead jammer. Shaggy stuck on this initial pass, cannot get out as of right now. Number 132, Ezra Pound, doing that blocking on Shaggy. Now Shaggy is out, and Naked Alien scores 4 points and makes the call off.
What a scrum that was to start this jam. Holy
Absolutely.
cow. It's like driving here from New York. You know?
Yep. We've got Sharknado out again. Taking on number 10, All Kill, jamming for Pittsburgh. I don't want to jinx anything, but we're not really seeing a whole lot of jammer penalties
You're right.
that are really going to cause the score to landslide one way or the other. There might have been a no pass, no penalty because Austin did not have lead on that initial pass. And there's actually, okay, so we might be looking at an official review right now.
There's a player down. Smashberry.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
We just can't see it.
Yeah, nope,
From
we
the
see
angle
it
we're
now.
at.
Smashberry, also one of the coaches for the Pittsburgh Derby Brats junior team. Skater with the Undead as well.
And if you folks were here, you could eat from their food table.
Oh, I've been eating their pepperoni rolls and
Derby
all morning long.
Yeah. Got Danishes and all sorts of things.
No, they're taking care of us. So we're trying to keep the kids league supported. Smashberry is back up on skates and
Took a hard shot in the bag. Looks like.
so that'll be 3 jams out for Smashberry. But hey, we're down to the final 6 minutes.
Apparently, we're situated right in front of the ICU here.
Yeah, we're getting the first-hand view of all of our skating wounded. Now, you can't see, you can kind of just barely see the left-hand side of the screen here. Soul Reaper walking around. So Soul is back up on 2 feet.
Get an official review on that guy.
Well, it looks like I saw a hand signal for a review by Pit Bulldozer, but the signal I'm seeing now by our jam timer is an official timeout. So
Yeah.
it didn't look like anybody went out and talked to the officials about a possible review. So I think we're just taking a moment to maybe regroup.
Did see the Anarchy coach out there for a second.
No, it doesn't look like it actually is a review. I think maybe Dozer might have been just trying to stop the jam or get some attention to Smashberry.
And the second person for good now. And go outside and play on the floor.
You know what I love is that there's a lot of there's a lot of people that are here who aren't associated with a lot of the teams, but they're helping out and they're volunteering to play on teams. You know, we have a few players from Chicago that are
Yep.
here that have been playing, and it's
No, we have a pretty good staff working this tournament. Once again, hosted by the Pittsburgh Undead. Okay, so our jam is underway. Number 96, Shaggy, jamming for Pittsburgh. And I can't tell if this is a power start for...
with Power Start, we have Sharknadoes
in the penalty box. So this most likely going to be a lead change over in hands of the Undead. There's 4 points by Shaggy. 5.5 minutes to go to our game.
And now Sharknadoes been released. What a great camera shot. That's a great view of him coming out.
Yeah, that's good. Sharknado, though, must complete this initial pass. There's a tripod of Anarchy blockers held up by number 12, Slug, successfully blocking Shaggy. Shaggy goes in for an apex dump. Looks like Shaggy might have been up on bounds. Inbound, 13:37. Joliet Jane taking Shaggy down, though, right around turn 2. Initial pass completed by Sharknadoes. Shaggy still stuck on the scoring pass. Okay, Shaggy with a call-off. It was tied there for a second, but 1 point lead right now for Pittsburgh with about 4.5 minutes to go. With this 1 point lead in favor of Pittsburgh, they're putting up number 31, Pop-Tart versus 51, Naked Alien. And Pop-Tart's at the front of the pack. Pop-Tart has 2 blockers to get through. Pop-Tart gets past and has a Pittsburgh lead. Naked Aliens also out. So both of our
lead 4 minutes into the game.
Both of our jammers now able to score points. Pop-Tart's in, takes a spill during what might have been a attempt of an apex jump, but I think 3 points going up for Pittsburgh.
2 going up for the Anarchy.
This is still anyone's game. It is on the table for both of these two teams, and usually these things are settled by something as simple as a track cut and a jammer, but we're not seeing a whole lot of a lot of big Grand Slam jams where there's just usually one team will just pick a win. Home record now jamming for Pittsburgh. Wombo combo jamming for Austin. Home record's our lead jammer.
Combo breaks free.
Yep. So Wombo's kind of trailing Omi by about a third of a lap. Home record now is out of the pack. Hits it and quits it. There's 4-0 there in favor of Pittsburgh. Two and a half minutes to go to our game. Pittsburgh with a 6-point lead, but as we've been seeing now for the past probably 50 minutes of gameplay, this doesn't mean anything. Austin calling for a team timeout.
Yeah, it looks like they may have taken 2 points off that. So they had 6 points in total, and now they brought it back down to 4. So it's a 6-point lead still. 2:08 timeout. Oh yeah. Well, it changed on here.
Talk about suspense from Professor.
Yeah.
That's 8:25 there. Even we're kind of shaking here.
They were going to go over to Anarchy too, because I thought maybe that they had thrown all the points together.
Johnny Prepper saying this game will be won on the last jam, and that is absolutely correct. Coach Zebras.
We're all rooting for the Zebras too, you know.
I have a feeling it's going to be a few minutes for our Jammer referees to go over the points with scorekeepers and call an official with it being as close as it is.
So we got Ice Cold with the star for Anarchy.
And there's a blocker in my way. I can't get a clean view of the Jammer for Pittsburgh. Oh, that's going to be number 10, All Kill.
His head just popped up.
Yeah. Kind of like a groundhog coming out of the ground or something. All right, lead Jammer is still open. All Kill's up front. Oh, All Kill takes a fall, but stays in bounds. That's a Pittsburgh lead. Ice fall with a star pass over to pivot number 297,
Necky.
the Necky. All Kill. Was All Kill sent off? Yeah, okay, so All Kill was called on a back block with about 1:52 to go. And we have it. No. Okay. Timeout called by our officials.
To tell how serious this game is, they're out there and leaving nothing to be left
No,
in their reserves.
they're not giving
track.
they're not giving anything for us to work with. Certainly not going to help that All Kill is going to sit for a back block penalty going into what could be the final jam of the game.
You mentioned it earlier. It was something like a cut or something like that could affect the outcome of the game. But, I'm guessing that they're probably going to put out their best defensive players out there. We'll see Dragon Body out there.
Yep. Just imagine how different it would be if it was a couple years ago. We still had the 5-point scoring passes for a Jammer in the box.
I'm just saying the Grand Slam,
Yeah, the old days there.
High five.
Well, the back block went to number 10, All Kill, the Jammer for the Undead. And that will be a power start in the hands of Austin.
Now we have an official review. I'm going out there. I'll be back.
All right. Once you get us our details. We have a player down. That's number 32, Ice Cold. Ice Cold getting back up on skates. And Ice Cold is back up and skating off the track, so everybody is good. I'm waiting on my other announcer here to give me the details of this review that is being called. Likely only looking at 1 or 2 more jams to the game. Undead the 6-point lead over the Anarchy, 168 to 162. Anarchy will have a power start with All Kill seated in the box from that earlier back blocking penalty.
So
What have we got?
what we got is they thought it was a legal hit, not a back block, and they wanted the Jammer out of the penalty box.
Okay, certainly a valid thing to contest at a time like this.
They said from their perspective, it was just they were
Not-
demonstrating on another player where they hit.
Right. And
And we will see. I didn't see it, to be honest with you. It was
Nope.
it was in the scrum over here.
I guess if All Kill is released, we'll know that they won this review.
Yeah. Well, they're coming back pretty quick, so I'm guessing it's over. I'm guessing he's going to be in there. That's just my guess. There's like three undead players in the penalty box.
I see Pop Tart putting on a Jammer star, so don't know. That might not mean anything just yet.
Unless they're going to walk over to the penalty box and let him and relieve. There looks like they might be.
Okay. Certainly,
Yeah.
this is going to be a game changer. Whether or not Pittsburgh has a jammer on the track at a moment like this will have some pretty serious impact on the game.
Released for penalty.
Okay, so we're going to have looks like we're going to have two jammers. And let's see if they're going to jam all kill or if they're going to jam Pop-Tart.
Was he?
Well, wait a
Kicked
minute.
out of the game?
Did he fall? Maybe they're calling that an egregious backlock?
So there was more to it than that.
Well, if that's the case, then someone's going to have to fill that spot in the box. And maybe that's what Pop-Tart was getting the jammer star on for. I think what we're looking to do is maybe hold back number 35 Sharknado.
And they're starting in a power shot.
Yep.
There we go.
So not only is Pittsburgh down a jammer, they're down two blockers. That is not going to help their cause right now. Sharknado is our lead jammer. 4 points scored by Sharknado. Sharknado in full control of not only the jam, but the whole rest of the game. Sharknado crashing into Bad Bromance, sending Bad Bromance down.
Lead change on that. 2 points up by Anarchy.
Now Pop-Tart back in from the box, but still on the initial pass. Sharknado sent on a bounce by Pit Bulldozer. So to answer our question, this go to the box. The penalty was not only issued, we believe that was an ejection. So Pop-Tart had to fill in that spot in the box for the beginning of this jam. Now Pop-Tart is out of the pack on just the initial pass. 2-point game in favor of the Anarchy with 34 seconds to go. We don't know yet if there will be another jam, if a team will call a timeout to buy one more jam. It looks like we're going to be able to squeeze one more jam out of the game and no jammers in the box. So we are not getting any hint from either of these teams as to who's going to take the win home from this game.
10 seconds left. Less than that. We are in.
Undead throwing an entire 3-wall. At number 3, Wombo Combo head. Used to be head honcho. Now it's just honcho is our lead jammer. Let's see if honcho is going to pull off a Pittsburgh win. Now honcho coming in on a scoring pass. Honcho has full ability to call the jam off at any time.
Got it down. Combo Wombo is able to score as well.
Yeah. No pack is declared, so. All right, 10-point lead to the Anarchy. Number 989, Dimples, doing some effective blocking on Honcho. But that was not legal. Looks like Dimples is going to go to the box. 4 points scored by Honcho. Is Wombo going? Okay, no, Wombo is not going to the box. Wombo completes a scoring pass.
Chambers been putting up 4 points on that last swing.
Shag is in there trying to do some blocking against Wombo. Honcho is sent out of bounds while Wombo squeezes through a scoring pass. That is the end of that jam. Game is over. Our current unofficial score, Undead 176, Anarchy 186. So we're going to be waiting now for our jammer referees to meet with the scorekeepers and go over the points. As soon as we hear the rolling whistle, we will report back to our viewers. Wombo getting a lot of love here in our viewer fan base. I have not seen a game like this in several years where it was neck to neck, literally up until the last couple of seconds.
So right
Almo-
now it's an 8-point lead,
Yeah.
but
Almost on par with what we saw last night with Toronto versus Ray City. And that was a 3-point game after the same that we had here today.
that's final.
There we go. Final score, Anarchy 186, taking the win over Pittsburgh's 178. So Anarchy bringing home the victory.
Well, that's a tough one to pick the MVPs. And
I'm not the house announcer for that game. That was a game of all games. So we see the Anarchy now taking their victory lap around the track. And coming around the track now, Pittsburgh Undead, the hosts of this weekend's Dawn of the Derby. We've got about 15 minutes to our next game. Our next game at 3 o'clock, that is going to be Magic City versus Race City. And then our final game of the day at 5 will be Austin versus the Gatekeepers. So give us a brief break here. We're going to have maybe a different set of broadcast announcers. I will be on the house side for those next games. And we will see you in about 15 minutes.
you.